behind my house in John Denise's, that's gonna create more water runoff. How are you gonna protect us from that when you do develop it?
Shouldn't the city not develop when
I
there's a
mean-
risk of making the problem worse?
Yeah, that's,
And you're talking about the land,
The Westfield Meadows.
well,
If building on that is going to make the problem worse until it's resolved, I
before
think the
they,
city has responsibility to put that on hold until you resolve it.
well, I'm not sure that the condition it's in right now is something that you want to be put on hold.
But if you build houses, it has less
Places to
places
drain.
to drain, and it's going to force the water into the creek, which is going to magnify the problem.
There should be a moratorium, Mason, on all building until this problem is resolved. Why would the city want to assume any more potential liability?
I'm not sure, but that may expose us to further liability.
You let them keep building, you're going to exacerbate a problem that already exists.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
Are you saying you don't own the land, that the land is being developed by someone that's already purchased the land?
yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah,
the city
we-
say they don't own the land.
right.
The land's been purchased for development.
It's, yeah, it's owned by a private entity, and like I said, the first thing that we discussed today is that as part of the site plan, the flood study, we went through the procedure of what the flood study went through, and it was approved, and in essence, it was approved by two separate engineers that are not the city's engineers, and then by the state Department of Natural Resources. So, I mean,
Okay, but I guess on paper, it maybe looked okay, but we're telling you it's not working.
I understand that.
Excuse me, about that, okay? I've been in this for 4 years now.
What's your
Okay,
name,
Steve
sir?
Mouch, 571 South 6th Street.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Steve Mouch, 571 South 6th Street. Okay, we walked that all the way to there in Janesville, the county courthouse. And I was the last one standing. There was nobody in the neighborhood by the time we went that far. All our engineers were there with attaché cases, and they approved, okay?
Mhm.
Everybody that lives in this town, that's been here for a while, knows that swampland. We all know, everybody looking out their back windows this winter, seen them bringing ground fill 6 feet deep.
Yep.
We've seen that. So now you're making us low, even lower. 4 years ago, sandbags weren't even a binocular.
Mhm.
Now that's in our neighborhood now, talking about sandbags. So I'm just wondering how much more you're gonna take from us and flooding us out. And I don't understand why there isn't a main chute to that creek on the west side that runs to those trees, and somebody says it's gonna wipe out the bridge on 92. That's not a bridge. That's a freaking culvert.
Mhm.
So get the county involved and make what this guy said over here, a
Well-
rock-filled.
And we do have to have, obviously, cooperation with Union Township, and we did
Well, these
leave a
spillways that
message.
you're putting in now, what they are settling ponds. That's the reason why everybody's basement's flooding out, because it's not going anywhere. It's just sitting there and it's going into the ground, and finally they're going to their basement, and they're dumping it down 6th Street, it goes into that collection pond, and then we pump it. That's what's going on in our neighborhood.
Mhm.
And more houses you put in, you know, they call FEMA, and that's the thing you said, you call FEMA, okay, they came, they gave us a call Friday.